In this video, we will show you how to file a complaint against your employer under the Canada Labour Code, or CLC. You should file a complaint if your employer has stolen wages from you, deducted money illegally, or made any other violations of your employment rights. Keep in mind that this video is for federally regulated truck drivers. You qualify as federally regulated if you travel between provinces or into the United States, or if the company you worked for has trucks that do. Before launching into the video, please make note of two things. First, this video only applies to drivers who do not own their truck. It does not apply to owner-operators. Second, you only have 6 months to file a claim from the date of your last labor violation, so it is important to file in time. Also, please remember that this is general legal information only and should not be construed as direct legal advice. As always, if you need personalized legal assistance, you should contact a legal professional.
I'll start by showing you where to find the complaint form. To find the most updated version of the CLC complaint form, you can visit the Government of Canada website. The Government of Canada website is canada.ca. That is capital C, CANADA.ca. Once on the website, click on the menu in the top left. Under the Jobs in the Workplace tab, click on Workplace Standards. From there, click Federal Labor Standards. Next, select Filing a Complaint. Choose number 4, Complete the Complaint Form, and select the Monetary and Non-Monetary Trucking Complaint Form. It is a good idea to download the form directly from the website each time, as they sometimes make changes. You also want to make sure that you are using the most current complaint form. Next, I will take you through the most important sections of the complaint form and give you some tips on how to best fill them out. Section A of the form asks for your contact information, as well as some basic information about your job. We suggest providing a mailing address that is more permanent, as it can take over a year before you receive your first letter from the labor program. We also suggest providing 2 phone numbers in case anything changes, or you cannot be reached when a labor officer tries to call you. This next set of questions will determine if you are classified as an employee or an independent contractor. The first questions ask if you own the truck that you drove and if you are an owner-operator. Where it asks if you had an employment contract, this is referring to whether you had something in writing that confirmed that you worked for the company. You will have to provide some details about your pay, working conditions, responsibilities, and expectations to prove it. It's always a good idea to keep any documents that an employer gives you or asks you to keep which are related to your job. The final question asks if you decided what work activities you performed. There may not be one clear-cut answer, but if your employer told you when and where to go to work, and you did not have a choice to refuse, then you did not decide and can answer no here. This section here would only apply to you if you were enrolled in a course or educational program that required you to do an internship with the trucking company. Section B asks for information about the employer. The first question may be the most important part of the form, so please answer carefully. You need to put the correct name for your employer. Most of the time, your employer is the company that paid you. If you are unsure, put all the company names that you think may be your employer. In Section C, you will give information about what wages you think you are owed, if your wages have been illegally deducted, if you are owed pay for company expenses, or any other monetary complaints you may have.
Remember that you will have to write a dollar amount for how much you think you are owed. An estimate is okay, but you will be asked to provide proof for each allegation. Make sure you have records like logbooks, trip sheets, pay statements, or screenshots to prove how much money you are owed. In Section D, you will lay out any complaints you have against your employer which do not have to do with wages. This is where you can indicate if your employer denied you breaks, pay stubs, medical leave, and other issues like this. This is also where you can indicate if you were injured on the job. You do not need to fill out Section D if it does not apply to you. In Section E, you will indicate whether or not you belong to a union. For most truck drivers, the answer is no. If you did belong to a union, indicate the name and the local. In Section F, You will indicate if you would like someone else to represent you in the complaint process and have permission to speak on your behalf. This could include a lawyer, who would be indicated in Part A of Section F. This could also be a trusted family member or a friend who is helping you to fill out this paperwork. That individual should be listed in Part B of Section F. Section G has two parts, Part 1 and Part 2. These will appear as I and II on your paperwork. In Part 1, you will indicate if you have filed a claim against your employer with any other government agency. For example, if you filed a claim with the Provincial Ministry of Labor, check yes. In Part 2, you will indicate if you are filing for a second time due to a mistake you made in the paperwork the first time you filed. In Section H, you will answer yes to these questions only if you have filed another type of CLC complaint for the same issue. You will answer yes if you filed a reprisal complaint with the Industrial Relations Board, an unjust dismissal complaint with the Labor Program, or a genetic testing complaint with the Labor Program. If this is the only complaint form you have filled out against your employer, the answers will all be no. Sections I and J give you the option to hide your identity from your employer when the Ministry of Labor is investigating your complaint. Please be advised that choosing to hide your identity can make the process much slower. You will sign and date here on the last page. The second signature line is for anyone else who is helping you with your complaint. Anyone listed in Section F, whether it is a lawyer or a friend or family member, must sign and date here. Look over your paperwork one more time before submitting to make sure that everything looks right to you.
Submitting your completed complaint form and any supporting documents can be done either by email or in person. To email the form, send it to the address provided on screen. In order to submit a form in person, you'll need to go to a labor program office. To locate the office closest to you, contact the number on screen.
We hope this video has been a help to you. If you have any questions, please reach out to Labor Community Services of Peel for free legal information or support. They can be reached through their website or by phone and text at the number on screen. Right now, it takes between 14 to 16 months for a Canada Labour Code complaint to even begin the investigation process. Even when drivers get a judgment at the end of the long process, employers often ignore payment orders. We know that trucking in Canada is in crisis, and wage theft is happening at alarming rates. That is why changes are urgently needed to improve the laws and processes that are supposed to protect workers. We invite you to join the Fix Trucking Now campaign. If you are interested in being a part of the solution, visit the link in our bio to sign our petition, join our WhatsApp group, and get involved in the campaign.